Hey everybody, George Conley from Scratch Golf Tips. Today got a great video on the takeaway. So just looking at this video of my swing here, my takeaway is horrible. This is partially because of I'm just trying to hit the ball really hard, but you can look at the swing here. Look how inside that takeaway is, and then obviously I come over really poorly. These aren't my true swing mechanics. Again, the video I was just trying to hit the ball as hard as I can, but in my game my takeaway is actually definitely a work in progress, something that I need to work a little bit harder on. So this whole video I filmed a range session, and I have plenty of tips to get your takeaway right. Stay tuned. Alright, so here I'm taking a swing with a 7-iron. You can see how I'm kind of staggering that swing just to get the feeling of having the club come outside and then I drop it back in on impact. So during the swing, that's a much better path. That's a 7-iron. Then I switched over to a 4-iron, trying to get that same feel of the club kind of coming up and then coming inside. I don't get it right every time because that'll never happen in golf, but come a little bit out and then dive back in. That was with a 4-iron, a bit of a longer club. So although with these practices you're probably seeing me come out pretty far, I'm not going to come out that far on my actual swing. It's the whole mentality of feel versus real in golf right there. I still came a little bit too close, but it's much better than what was occurring in the first place. So now I still have the 4-iron in hand, and at this time I'm just making sure that with the swing change, I'm getting my hips turned in the backswing, and that this is just a normal full swing after I've done all that work. Still a little bit over the top, but not bad at all. So now over to the 3-wood. With this, I usually go a little bit more outside, just because for woods, and I'll also show my driver, I focus on it much more. So you can see that swings is still coming from in to out on the through swing, because I want to hit draws with this 3-wood and get some good distance on it. So that was a pretty good balanced swing there. Still doing the same little waggle for the takeaway. And here again, that upper body rotation matching with, you want to see the logo on my belt buckle right at the swing. And for these swings you do. They're pretty balanced. The takeaway, I see a lot of improvement. Obviously there's always more work to be done, but having that feel right before the swing, and that was actually a missile. That was a really good ball. Even club twirled on that one. And now this is over to the driver, so I'm obviously standing further away so I can kind of have that club cast out in the takeaway. But just doing, let's actually look at this swing. Pretty good swing, pretty balanced. But just doing those actions right before your swing and working on your takeaway in that staggered motion, it can be just absolutely crucial for implementing that in your actual swing. So while you're doing this, for me at least, and for most people while they're implementing new stuff into their golf swing, it can be really easy to forget about other mechanics. So right there you just saw me take my hand off the club at the top. I'm just looking for that lower body rotation to stay there. I think I do it here again. So I'm looking down at my belt. I just want to see that lower body rotation is maintaining itself, so that although my backswing is probably a little bit better, the actual fundamentals of my swing are also still there. But a lot of balance and good moves in this session so far. So now let's compare the two in super slow-mo. You see how my body kind of raises, and look how close my hands are to my back thigh. And then right here at the top, that puts me in a really bad position coming down, and that's why I come over the top. Again, this is just because I'm trying to crush the ball, but in this next video, this slow motion right here, you can see how there's much more separation, much more balance. Even my posture is better. And then right here, I put myself in right there, just a really good position to come down and inside to out of the ball. And that ball produces a nice draw. So that's how the takeaway, that's a direct comparison of how the takeaway can really affect your ball flight and even the contact of the ball, because if you're off balance and you're swinging hard with an inside takeaway, the odds that you make good impact on that ball are very, very slim. So if you are to take any two things away from this video, I think the first one should be the importance of a staggered practice in regards to your takeaway. Obviously, first off, you should see whether you're too far inside, too far outside, what you need to be working on, but from there, looking at that staggered process in your practice swing, And don't do that practice swing and then step away from the ball and then do a 20-second pre-shot routine. Do that staggered swing, step right up to the ball, and within 5 seconds, put your swing onto the ball, and then that will really help you get that feel over what you've had before in regard to takeaway, because it won't be easy just to reverse it immediately. And then the second one, which is a big thing that you should focus on, is don't lose sight of the other aspects of your swing. If when you make good contact with the ball and you make good swings, if that requires a lot of upper body rotation, don't forget about that upper body rotation. Go through like a checklist before every swing, a mini checklist. Obviously, your first priority for this personal video's sake would be the takeaway, but don't lose sight of those other things that you're working on. So if you can do those two things, again, film yourself, get some feedback, I guarantee you your takeaway will increase and you'll see a better ball flight, better contact, if you can practice and implement these pieces of advice further. Thank you very much for watching the video. I appreciate it as always. On the left side of your screen that you should see a button to subscribe to the SGT YouTube channel. And on the right side of your screen, you should see a video YouTube has recommended that you watch. I suggest you click on it, improve your game a little bit. Thank you very much for watching once again, guys. Play well and take care.